have the winners of tonight's first game, the Great Crossing Warhawks. Head coach Steve Page, student athlete Vince Dawson, Gage Richardson, and Malachi Marino. Coach, comments on the game, please.
Yeah. So I was real proud early the way my kids locked in. Came out from the get-go. We've been, 16-day layoff. You never know how you're going to come out and play. But we've been talking about it, for 16 days. We spent a lot of time conditioning and working on getting ready for what we hope is a long run this week. But we asked them to come out early. We felt like we were the better team, no disrespect, but we felt like we were the better team if we came out and played. And I thought we did a tremendous job defensively. I thought our defense was smothering. I struggled. I had the main scout on this among our coaching staff, so I struggled who to put on number one, and we started a little small on him, and he scored 8 of the first 10, and we kind of switched Gage to him and kind of shut him down from there because I knew he was kind of a potential outlier for us. And Trey and LJ did a great job on our ball. We worked a lot on ball screen covers these last couple of weeks and did a good job switching and making things hard on Moss, and we did a phenomenal job on Watkins throughout the game. So very, very proud of the kids for coming tonight, professional, business-like effort, and locking in, and we've been preaching it to them for a couple of weeks. Go 1-0 tonight, and we're very proud we did that.
Question from the media, just raise your hand and we'll come see you.
To Malachi or any of the other players, this being your second straight year here, any different feel, or was it much the same?
I would definitely say much the same. This year, last year we came out, we lost, so I think this year we knew what we were coming for, and I think just having that second go-around, I think it kind of took away a lot of the pressure we had last year.
Steve and any players, if you'd like to talk about it, with St. X falling yesterday 1-2 in the state, just does that do anything for you in terms of refocusing or kind of maybe extra focus, having that advantage, just get to see them yesterday?
Honestly, I had a couple people ask me that today, send me text and stuff. No, not at all. I mean, that was a long way away from worrying about St. X, and whether we were going to be there, whether they were going to be there. I told everybody for the last 2 weeks, I don't care who's there Saturday night as long as we are. But honestly, we spent as a coaching staff the last 2 weeks pre-scouting. We scouted both Jeffersontown and St. X, so we didn't assume that St. X was going to win that game. We worked on Jeffersontown as well, worked on 4 or 5 teams in the bottom half of the bracket because with our schedule, we've been talking to the kids. Our goal here is 4 wins in 51 hours, so we don't have a lot of time as a coaching staff, so we try to get prepared, and we didn't hand, anybody the bottom half of the bracket, who was going to play, and I don't think the kids were, affected at all. We didn't, honestly, we practiced right after that game yesterday, went back to our school and practiced, and we didn't even talk about it. So we know what we had to do tonight, and it didn't matter whether they won yesterday or lost yesterday. It didn't affect what we needed to do.
Hey, Steve, I was a little surprised you pulled that inbounds play out where you bounced it off the board and didn't save it for maybe later to show somebody. But talk about that play, but also just talk about Malachi's overall play tonight.
We wish we were smart enough to tell Gage to throw it off the backboard. So he was not supposed to throw it off the backboard, but it worked really well throwing it off the backboard. But yeah, me and Gage actually laughed about it, afterwards. I think you asked about Malachi. Yeah, so, I mean, especially we always look for somebody that Malachi can kind of control the middle against. So you guys saw the game, obviously. The Varby kid was 2 for 11 on threes, so we kind of used him to play off him and allow Malachi to help with everything else. And then had strategy when he set ball screens. But he's a beast defensively, makes things hard, turns people into jump shooters. And if they go to the rim, he only had 4 blocks tonight, but I felt like he did more. Ran the floor really well. Knocked down a 3 early. So we've been talking about, a lot of guys have been asking me about him shooting threes, and I told you guys that we don't see it a lot, but his three-point shot has improved, and he proved me right on that first shot today. So, we got out of Malachi what we expected to get out of Malachi, and we get that pretty much every night.
Well, y'all came out on fire to start the third quarter, but they extended their defense and climbed, not all the way back in the game, but they knocked 11 points off the lead pretty quick. What concerns you about that?
Our kids were really, really passive during that stretch. So we kept talking about, they were catching the ball and like inviting the trap. So we just had to keep the ball hot. we'll obviously spend a little time tomorrow working on, revisiting that because, I mean, you were there in the Douglas game. A little bit of that happened towards the end of the Douglas game. So we worked on that the last couple of weeks. So just got to not be so passive. LJ especially got a little passive there in the third quarter, dribbled across half court 2 or 3 times and just stopped, picked his dribble up. So, we want him to stay I know there's not a volleyball line on this court, but try to preach them, stay inside the volleyball line so they can't get trapped out wide. So we're not concerned per se. They know how to do it. They just got to, it's a mindset. Be a little strong with the basketball, move for each other, and then just when we pass out of that first trap, we got to attack.
Final question. That'll be the final question up front.
Yeah, Malachi, just, talk a little bit about your performance tonight. You were on pace for a triple-double there in the first half. Was there anything that, was really working well for you tonight, or, just, again, talk about your performance?
I don't like to talk about my individual performance as much because this is a team game. My teammates, they got a lot of trust in me making the right plays, and I think once they trust me with the ball, I can trust them back, and we had a great team effort tonight.
On that note, we'll close it. Coach Page, congratulations to you
Thank
and
you.
the Great Crossing Warhawks. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.